Hey everybody, so today we are going to be talking about the cost of living in Cary, North Carolina in 2022. So stick around to learn a little bit more about what to expect for prices and what things are going to look like if you decided to move to Cary.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. I'm Zach. This is my beautiful wife, Cindy. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that. My voice is cracking. I have a cold. I think one of the boys coughed on me right in my face, and like 3 days later, I don't have a voice. So just bear with me today. Cindy's gonna do the majority of the talking. But anyway, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner, and you can also hit the bell to be notified of every time we release a new video. That number on the screen, we put it there because we are licensed real estate brokers, which means as much as we love to make these videos for you, we love to help you with your real estate needs even more. So feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions about the area, any questions about real estate. We'd love to chat. So with that being said, like Cindy said, today's video is on cost of living in Cary in 2022. Obviously, if you're watching this in 2023, what we're saying may not be accurate. Mainly speaking about home prices, which we're gonna hit today. And honestly, that's the biggest thing I want to touch on today. Everything else is obviously important, but the housing prices in Cary is really what I wanna dig into today. So with that being said, let's get at it.
All right, so just jumping right into the cost of living in Cary. If you go and did some Google research, you're going to find that it's about 5% higher as a total cost of living than the national average.
So it's more expensive.
Right, so a little bit more expensive than the national average. And it is definitely more expensive when you're looking at housing than most of the surrounding areas in the triangle, like comparing it to Raleigh or comparing it to Durham or something like that. Cary is one of our more expensive triangle suburbs, so just something to kind of keep in mind. It does feel pricier, but sometimes you get what you pay for in a way.
And just a little bit about Cary. We have separate videos that talk specifically about Cary. It is a Raleigh suburb. It's a really nice area, really well planned out. It's a safe area. The schools are great, the parks are great. And so with that comes higher costs, obviously. So,
right, definitely. So the average home price in Cary is going to be around the mid sixes, looking at single family homes. You know, if you were looking at condos or townhomes, that price would be lower than that. But if you are looking at single family homes, you're going to be looking in the mid sixes. Those are sales prices. Those might have been listed for the upper fives or low sixes. So it's not uncommon for us in 2022, again, relative to the time that this video is being posted, to see homes in the Cary area sell for $50,000 or more above the listed home price originally. So it's a competitive area for the reasons Zach mentioned. It's just a very well planned community, great parks, great schools. It's really safe, very clean, very green, just a beautiful place to live. So it's understandable that it might feel a little more competitive than other areas. Not that other areas aren't beautiful as well in the triangle, but you know, it's a happening place where a lot of families want to move for those reasons. So
and that's more expensive. And that's one of the main reasons we wanted to make this video, is because Cary's prices are higher. So if you're looking at like the triangle as a whole, you're looking in the mid fours or so in average. And I mean, that's everything in the triangle. Cary's obviously $200,000 on average above that. And so Cary's just a more expensive area, but it's also a more competitive area, which is really why I wanted to make this video. Is a lot of folks, they love Cary, they love everything about it, and they see it from afar and they want to move to Cary. And it's just good to know in that planning process that the triangle as a whole, when it comes to real estate, is very, very competitive. Cary is just a different animal. It's just to a whole nother level of competitiveness to get into Cary when it comes to the home search.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, just a lot of, the competition as far as sales price versus the original list price seems to be a little greater in the Cary area. It's competitive everywhere, so we hope we don't hear you don't hear us saying that it's easy, easy anywhere else necessarily, but definitely is very competitive in Cary. We see a lot of homes coming soon status, and that is they're maybe actively being displayed on the internet, but they can't be toured yet. And most of them, if they're in Cary, they go under contract in that status.
Really
so
quick.
No tours, just sight unseen.
Just sight unseen.
Yeah, so it is very competitive, but it's a great area. Definitely worth investigating. If you're interested in moving to the general Raleigh-Durham area. But so that's a little bit about the home prices in Cary.
Yeah.
All right, so kind of moving on to other things to think about with cost of living in Cary outside of just the home prices. As far as, gas prices and food and things like that go. So gas, it's going to be about the same in Cary as it is anywhere else in the Triangle. Right now we're looking at about $4 a gallon.
Yeah, roughly. This is April 1st that we're filming this.
Yes.
2022.
2022, when the gas prices nationwide went a little crazy. So hopefully we're going to see that come back down. It was like $4.20 a couple weeks ago. Now we're down to $4. So hopefully we're going to get back into the threes soon. Fingers crossed. But that's kind of what you can expect right now for gas in Cary. It's going to be not really any more expensive than anywhere else in the Triangle. As far as utilities go, kind of similar thing. It's not going to be more expensive necessarily to have the utilities in Cary. The average electric bill in Cary is about $160 a month. Obviously, this varies very much.
So,
it's hard to have an average because you're comparing people that live in 1,200 square feet to people that live in 4,000 square foot homes, and the age of the homes and energy efficiency is very different. But that's pretty average for the Triangle in general. I would say is between $100 and $200 a month is pretty common for an electric bill. And that's also going to depend if you have gas hookup or not, for your heat and stuff. So it can really vary, but that's kind of the averages that of 2022 so far.
Yeah, and Cary's a really common place to have gas hookups, whether it's for your range in your kitchen or your heat source. It's just it's a common place to have those hookups. So whereas other parts of the Triangle that may be a little more rural, you're not necessarily going to have that option. But in Cary, it's
for
pretty
natural
common.
gas anyway, maybe liquid propane or something. But definitely.
Yeah, and then as far as food prices, so it's hard to just give grocery store food prices. So I just figured we'd go over a range of kind of what it costs to eat out. I mean, if you go to a sit-down restaurant for lunch where you're having to tip a server, $20 to $40 for two people is about what it's going to be for lunch, depending on where you go. I think that's a decent range. And then if you go somewhere for dinner, to just an average restaurant where you have to leave a tip, I would say 30 to 50. Obviously, the nicer restaurant you go to, the higher that number is going to create. I mean, if you go to a steakhouse, you're not going to fall below $50 unless you share a steak. Right. But for just an average restaurant, I think that's about it's about the range that we experience.
Definitely.
So. All right, and just a little bit about the taxes in the area too, because obviously that's factored into cost of living. So North Carolina in general has a 5.25% income tax. It's a flat rate no matter what you earn. We also have a 7.25% sales tax is tacked on to sales. I think that may vary. I'm not a tax expert. I think that might vary a bit per the area. That's the one you find in Cary. And then Cary's property tax rate is right below 1%. So if you're interested in the taxes and how that factors in the cost of living, that's what you're going to get in Cary. So. All right, so that just kind of gives you a general overview of Cary. I think the most important thing to know when it comes to cost of living in Cary is the home prices. You're going to pay more for a house in Cary. Food, gas, utilities. I mean, this region in general is going to be relatively the same no matter where you end up. But home prices in Cary are premium. And that's just because it's just such a popular place.
Yeah. And if you are interested in Cary, there are some other towns surrounding it that have kind of a similar vibe, and like Apex kind of has a similar feel to it. So be sure to maybe consider Apex as well. It's not far from Cary, and then Morrisville as well. It's right next to it, much smaller, but right next to it.
Exactly.
So we do have videos on those too, so feel free to check those out. We also have a video just all about Cary. We have some other videos about neighborhoods in Cary, so definitely check those out if you are interested in Cary. We'll give a lot more insights to things we like about Cary in those particular videos.
All right, thanks so much for watching today's video on cost of living in Cary in 2022. Like we said earlier, this video was filmed in April. So as the year goes, obviously these numbers we just spoke about become less and less accurate. And also, just so you know, this data was pulled really from July 1st, 2021 until now, specifically the housing data. So that's where we got those numbers from. But anyway, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button in the corner and also hit the bell to be notified of every time we release a new video. That number on the screen, like I said earlier, that is our number. Feel free to call, text, whatever is most convenient for you. If you have questions about real estate or the area, we'd love to chat with you. We are real estate brokers in the area. If you don't prefer to reach out to us via phone, you can always email us, and that information is below as well. And then we also have social media. Yeah,
you can also follow us on Instagram at The Honeycut Realtors. We'd love to have you follow along with us there, and you can feel free to message us on there as well. Sometimes those go through like weird portals, so if we don't message you back immediately, please text or call us instead. We're not ghosting you. And then additionally, you can go to our website, honeycutrealtors.com. You can learn a little bit more about us and give us your contact information there as well, and we can reach out to you. So whatever works out best for you, we have a million ways to connect. So please connect with us if you have questions about moving into the area. We would love to chat.
But thanks again. Thanks for putting up for my voice. I don't know. So we're in pollen season right now, but I'm not really allergic to pollen. At least I say I'm not. Cindy says I am.
He says it every year.
So I get a cold at the start of pollen season every year.
A cold.
Yeah. It is. It's 100% a cold. But I can't talk. I sound like Kermit. Is it Kermit or Hermit the frog? Whichever one.
Kermit.
It's Kermit the frog. That's what I said. That's what I feel like I sound like right now. But anyway, thanks for putting up with the voice and watching today's video, and we will see y'all next time.